Hello, hello. This time we are going to be looking into the missing toddler Quinton Simon, the 20-month-old that went missing from Georgia. There's like a little timeline that I found, so we're going to kind of go through that. But essentially this boy is missing. He's been missing since September 7th. And we're just going to go to the timeline. We'll do it that way. So on September 7th, police were called to the grandparents' home where his mother, her boyfriend, and 2 other children and grandparents lived. The tower in reverse. And the Fool in reverse. So this is representing the situation as a whole, but like from the daughter's perspective. So in terms of parenting, the daughter needed her mother to be able to parent correctly. And that was about to change, and she was very scared of that because it felt like she was jumping into something that she wasn't ready for. There was a fight between Quinton's mom, Leilani Simon, and her mother, Billie Jo Howell. Leilani called the cops on her mom when officers showed up. She told them she was on probation and didn't want trouble. Doesn't know what the probation is for. Strength and 8 of Cups. So this fight was about the mom, Billie Jo Howell, was sticking up for herself and basically saying, you gotta go. You gotta either, she may have at first given her like a, if you can get it together, you can stay, but if not, you gotta go. But I think that this fight was her saying, okay, time's up, you gotta go. When police talked with Leilani's brother, he told them that Quinton's mom had a history of stealing and used the money to buy drugs. 6 of Pentacles. That's representing the help that she would get through stealing. So it's kind of like confirmation. Knight of Swords in reverse and 9 of Swords in reverse. So she didn't care if someone was giving it to her or if she was going to take it, but she was going to get what she needed no matter how she did it. The drugs were kind of to ease a mental torment. So there's some kind of trauma or something that she experienced in the past that caused her to turn to drugs. The Knight of Swords in reverse is letting us know that in terms of stealing, she was kind of ruthless about it. Like she would just kind of do it and not really care so much if she got caught, just as long as she got the money or got whatever she was stealing. As long as she got it, it didn't matter what happened on the back end. Billie Jo wanted her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend evicted from the house. She filed for eviction and, according to the document, said she didn't want any money, just her 22-year-old Leilani and her boyfriend Daniel and the 3 kids to leave and quickly. Okay. So I guess this wasn't just her parenting here. This was the whole household that was just crazy and falling apart. Howell wrote that they damaged her property and no one is living in peace. King of Swords. So this is about the boyfriend. the Hermit in reverse, and something just fell on the floor. 1 second. And the Three of Pentacles. So the boyfriend was kind of controlling the show or controlling the mood of the house. Or at the very least, his mood was controlling enough other people's mood that it was then controlling the mood of the house. I'm feeling like they didn't like to leave the house a lot. Like they might have left to do stuff that was necessary, but I feel like for the most part, they kind of just like kind of almost like barricaded themselves in the house, and just, it was just, it's almost like Eight of Swords. It's almost like they felt like, how can I put this? Leilani and her boyfriend felt like in order to get their way and be able to kind of be able to skate out and do whatever they wanted to do on the side, that they had to like show their weakness, or like, how can I, like they were being strategic about what they let the parents see. So it's like they were pushing the parents to get a reaction and to get them to kind of fight with them about leaving. Why is that? Let's figure that out. Five of Swords in reverse. Oh. Knight of Swords in reverse. They wanted to show the parents that they were toxic, so the parents would just take the kids. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So, okay. So the boyfriend had a certain plan in his mind that he did not share with the girlfriend, okay? Or with the Leilani. Daniel, the boyfriend, had a plan in his mind that he did not share with Leilani. His plan was to cause havoc in that house so that her parents would want the kids to take the kids and kind of force them out of the way so that he wouldn't have to deal with the kids. So he might not have shared this with her, but he was still creating all this havoc so that this scenario would come to be. He was pushing, and she probably just is in like a toxic mindset where she's not emotionally aware enough that she's being manipulated in this way, or like wouldn't even think that that's what he's doing. But she was probably like, why is he so toxic, right? But she wasn't doing anything about it because she didn't realize that he was being as toxic as he was being so that the parents would want to step up and take the kids away from them. Last Wednesday, the morning Quinton was seen, 5:28 a.m., the babysitter got a text message. 5:29 a.m., babysitter gets a text message. She was told it's Quinton's mom, or she told us it was Quinton's mom saying that she didn't have to watch the kids that morning. Daniel left for work at 6 a.m. The Devil. Is that representing him? Two of Pentacles. Work. The Devil. What? Okay, what did I just say? I said the babysitter got a text message at 5:28 or 5:29 saying she didn't have to watch the kids. Daniel left for work at 6 a.m. Daniel, the Devil, Eight of Pentacles, work. The devil left for work. So he did this. Oh, so like I said, like he was causing all this trouble. She didn't understand why, but it was to get rid of the kids. And it's the same, like she's probably covering for him, not realizing the full extent of why, or something along those lines. But let me just confirm with another card, but I believe that he did this. Page of Wands in reverse. Immaturity, laziness, selfishness. That's okay. So the mother and the father are living, the mother and father of Quinton, or the mother and the boyfriend of Quinton. Is that the father? I'm just going to say it this way. The mother and the boyfriend were living in the house of her parents with the children. The boyfriend did not want to deal with these children anymore. So in his mind, he thought, okay, since we're living here, I'm going to use this to my opportunity and use it to my advantage and make them see that we're not fit to keep these children, because then they'll keep them for us and we won't have to deal with it anymore. If it gets bad enough, they'll even take us to court so that we can't see the children, getting rid of the problem for the boyfriend. The daughter doesn't realize that he's doing this, but is blinded with the toxicity and kind of doesn't make things better, which is putting her in the current position that she's in, where the boyfriend did something bad, and now what is she going to do? She already lost a kid. She's getting kicked out of the house. She's obviously not going to be around the other kids. All she has left is him, so obviously she's going to try and protect him. Leilani told police that Quinton's father took the child. Okay, so the boyfriend's not the father. So Leilani told police that Quinton's father took the child. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So that was something that she kind of just said in the... Okay, so that for me confirms that he did it and she's covering for him. Because this is about lack of progress or lack of long-term goals or lack of long-term... not thinking ahead. So in that moment, that was her being like, oh, I have to cover for him. What can I say to buy time? Or what can I say to lead him in the wrong direction? The father has him. By 2:30 that afternoon, police said the father was not involved. Ten of Swords. Two of Cups. So yeah, she was trying to set him up, or maybe she thought that there was a way to set him up, but that she knew that the father didn't have him. She knew where he was, but it's almost like she's trying to get merit with the current boyfriend by being like, oh look, I'll even try to throw him under the bus for you. I'll do anything to keep this quiet. So this all happened the day that the trash came. And the mother waited about 3 hours after the last time that he was reportedly seen to call the authorities. Was that to wait for the trash to be picked up? Is my question here. Was it because either his body or there was evidence in the trash and she was waiting for the trash to be picked up? Yes. She was thinking ahead in that aspect. Queen of Wands. And she really, it's also about confidence. She really was like, okay, well, if we just... One second. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm getting. The mother was still sleeping. The boyfriend was getting ready for work. The kid had woken up and was bothering the boyfriend. something along those lines. Something bad happened. The mom and boyfriend were already getting kicked out of the house. We're already in this very bad situation. The daughter didn't want to lose, the mother didn't want to lose the boyfriend too. Now that she obviously just lost one of the kids, it was going to be a whole mess, right? She's obviously going to lose the other 2 kids if she just goes and says, hey, yeah, he did it. So she's kind of in this position now where she has to protect him. So he's like, I have to go to work. We have to keep everything normal. I can't show up late because then once everything comes out, it's going to be like, why were you late on that specific day? So he goes to work on time, says to her, you got to wait for the trash to come. The Wheel of Fortune reverse is even like a wheel. So you got to wait for the trash to come and then put everything in the trash and then call. I'm going to pull a couple of these just to see what we get. And now she's in a position where she already started to cover for him. So now it's like, now that he is all that she's going to be able to have, because she's obviously going to lose everything else because they're not very smart criminals. Now she's in a position where she's trying to, like, the wounded inner child in her is trying to gain favor with him by being like, oh, look how good I'm doing. Look how good I'm doing. That's why she's turning in the X. That's why she's dumping everything out in the trash before she calls. She's trying to make sure that the one person she has left loves her. Or whatever their version of love is, because it's not military. This is the household. It's like there was always yelling. There was always tension. Mental health. Yeah, there's definitely some mental health problems here. I think that there's a couple people who are probably struggling in a way. How can I put this without, like, the boyfriend, I believe, is a narcissist or something along those lines. The mother has very low self-esteem, probably has like some kind of deep, like, abandonment fear, rejection fear, failure fear, but she's coming at it in the way of the wounded inner child. At the same time, I think that there's been a period of time where her parents either maybe not enabled her, but they're feeling now like there was opportunity for them to put their foot down sooner. Like they let it go on too long without addressing issues that they're now realizing were much deeper. Family. See a couple more. Caregiver. So, okay, so now we're talking about the grandmother and the grandfather. Alive, okay. Desert, travel, motel, hotel. Ah. Okay. So, them moving, they had nowhere to go. This is something that the boyfriend wanted out and wanted no responsibility for the kids, but also wasn't really thinking of where they're going to go and what's going to happen. He's holding it. Hold on before I say that, 1 second. Yeah, 6 of Cups in reverse. The boyfriend is threatening to unalive himself if she turns on him. it's not hurting her that she's scared of. She's scared of losing the last person that she has on her side now that she's lost everything else. So he's like, if you turn around, I'm just going to kill myself, or K-I-L-L myself. That's what he's using over her. And she has a fear of abandonment or betrayal, like not so much betrayal. She has a fear of like not having a relationship that reciprocates to her, even if it's something that's reciprocating toxicity. It's just that either in her childhood there wasn't a lot of back and forth of emotions, like a flow of emotions between her and other people, but she's gripping onto him with the reason that she's able to choose the boyfriend over her own children in this aspect, at least, and I'm sure in many other aspects, but the reason that she's able to choose him over them is because he's reciprocating the attention that she needs, the validation that she needs, right? She's not, her children are young and they're children, and they're not, their job is not to make mommy feel better, right? It's not to get mommy to get out of her head and think about how great she is. That's what her boyfriend's doing, and that's why she's choosing him over them in this instance. Let me think. Are they going to, let's see, where is he? Where is the baby at? 8 of Wands. So they got him out of there quickly. Knight of Pentacles. So what I'm getting with these two is that when this happened, they got him out of there quickly and put him in a place that he could be for a little while without being found out. One second. Seven of Swords in reverse. I feel like that little boy was in that trash when they came and took the trash. And I think that the FBI searching all the trash is not them looking for the body, because I think that they know the body has been taken by the trash, but I think that they're looking for additional evidence in the trash because they know that the trash was the preferred method to get rid of evidence in the first place. I think that in the moment, the mother made a choice that she now regrets, but she wasn't able to see any other way to do it in that moment than to protect the boyfriend. Because, like I said, the household was toxic from the boyfriend's energy, and she is part of that, or accepting of that, or she's aligned with that. So basically him doing something wrong is going to fall back on her, because they're a team in creating chaos and creating toxicity. They've been a team. So in this, she knew that her mother was going to, she knew that she couldn't go to her mother and say, hey, he did it, I had nothing to do with it, and that she was just gonna be like, okay. So in that moment, she made a decision that she now probably, now that they're probably getting close by searching the trash cans and all of that, now she probably is realizing, we're probably not getting away with this. They're going to find something and put the pieces together. They had the mother and boyfriend in, like, I don't know, in custody or in questioning. I think they had them just being questioned. but for a couple hours, and then they let him go. Something is telling me that they were let go to see if they would lead back to any additional evidence, especially if they believe that body was discarded of in a trash can. Then all they really can look for right now is additional evidence that would connect the people who did this to any fluids or blood or anything from the missing boy. I'm gonna pull a couple more. Hanged Man in reverse. So that brings a lot of different elements into this. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. So I feel like they were let go to kind of lead the authorities in the right direction to continue to build their case off of what else they could find out after letting them go. They're both very selfish, and I believe that the authorities think that letting them out and letting them think that nothing is going to come to them, or kind of letting them get too comfortable, they feel like they're going to slip up because they're selfish and they're only thinking about themselves. So they're going to try and remove themselves from the situation as much as they can. So they're kind of just watching them to see what they do. They're also looking at their emotions and kind of questioning why there isn't any. They're definitely still being, I would not say that the mother and boyfriend being let go means that they're off the hook. I think that that's strategic, and that strategy will become known in due time. But I don't think that them being let go means that they're off the hook. The Empress in reverse. They know that she did it. They're just waiting to get enough to prove it, which would make sense if they cannot locate the body, cannot find the body, but they kind of have an idea of what happened to the body. That would make sense that they're looking for her and him to lead them to any additional evidence, or kind of giving them an opportunity to go out and fall on their face with making comments, or just guilty people will be guilty people, and they're going to eventually show their guilt through their actions or their words. So they're kind of just waiting for that. It does seem like it almost seems like they put the pieces of the puzzle together, they as in the authorities. It feels like because there's a lot of red flags that you're watching this and you're just like, how are they not arrested? But I think that the authorities kind of know what happened, but they are either getting more solid proof or waiting for someone to lead them to something else, one or the other. I think that they probably have enough to arrest them on, but they are waiting to be able to completely prove the case, or be led to more evidence in some way. Just want to pull a couple more of these, see what we get. Life insurance and deep state. Murder, suicide. So maybe she initially covered for the boyfriend because he was like, this happened, but if we just, no. This is really confirming for me that what he has over her head right now is just saying, if you turn me in or if you say anything, I'm just going to kill myself. And then it's all going to fall. Not only are you going to be alone then, but it's all going to fall on you because I won't be here. One second. Let's see what this life insurance and deep state means. 6 of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. It's almost like oh. So at first, when it first happened, he probably convinced her that if she didn't turn on him, that they could get life insurance from the kid being gone. Something like that. Like, so he convinced her, if it's not that, then it's something very close to that. That's how he initially, in that moment, in the heat of the moment, like, oh, I gotta leave for work, I still gotta be on time. What are you gonna do? You're gonna turn me in and lose everything? Or, you know, if you don't turn me in, then we can just get insurance money for him. We could be out of your parents' house. We don't have to deal with this anymore. Oh, really? Okay. And then eventually she realized that wasn't really gonna be the way that it went down. But that's what I'm getting from that. Page of Cups in reverse and Magician in reverse. So yeah, manipulation and doubting intuition. He convinced her of being able to he convinced her that they'd be able to get away with it if she just got rid of the evidence in the trash. And he continued on to work like it was normal. And then he also convinced her that they'd be able to either get insurance or get some kind of income through this situation if the body was not able to be found and no evidence was able to be found. That's what I'm getting. I'll do maybe some more if more information comes out, but I unfortunately just don't have a good feeling about this. And I believe that the authorities don't either. And again, I think that they're kind of at this point not letting the people get away with it so much as waiting for the people to mess up more or lead them towards more proof that they did this.